Hi, it's Kathleen Woodhouse, and I want to cover how you can determine your unique selling proposition. So recently in my Big Bold Business live coaching event, one of the audience members asked this question, and so I wanted to cover it a little bit more here. So one thing you can think about to help you determine what makes you unique is to think about what your clients compliment you about, or your customers. What do they, you know, give you compliments about? What do they say thank you for? What are they excited about? What are they really happy that you provide? So think about that. I know it sounds simple, but that's sometimes the best answer. And so, really think about what are they saying, and write those things down when they tell you. And when you're asking for testimony too, think about what are they saying in those testimonials. What are they actually, what are the features and the benefits, and how does it make them feel? Think about those things, and write those down, and put that all together in a file so you can think about what it is that really helps you to stand out, and what are they grateful for. So number two is, in addition to that, what are they telling their friends about you? So if you're getting referrals, and another customer comes and talks to you and says, "Oh, my friend told me all about you. She says blah blah blah," those are the things that you want to be thinking about that set you apart. So how people are talking about you, what they're telling their friends, and how they refer you. So those are two different ways that you can help you to determine what makes you unique, what people are excited about, and why they're referring you. The third thing is, think about for yourself when you're trying to create a product or a program. What is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to make something faster, better, easier, stronger? What is it that you actually are attempting to do in your purpose, right? And so think about that. Go back to the beginning and why you're doing it. What are you trying to actually do and accomplish? And some of your answer might be right there. Okay, so that's number three. Number four is, think about your experience. So maybe you've been in business for 15 years, or you have firsthand knowledge of something. You had access to a certain coach or professional, a certain training. So think about those kinds of things as well. What actual skills that you have, but what have you accomplished, the results that you've already given and provided. And those things will help you to stand out as well. So really think about that. And then the fifth thing is, really just ask yourself, what do you do and how do you do it? And then, what makes that different from others? If there were 10 people in the room and they all did the same thing, like, especially right now, coaches, there's so many of them. So if you were all lined up, everyone would be different. And that's, just how it's going to be. Even if you do the same type of coaching. I remember when I first started networking, there was another career coach. I was I think it was maybe my second meeting. It was very early on when I was going to networking groups. And, I had already determined before that I wasn't going to think about competition in that way, that, I was unique enough. And then that challenge came because there was another career coach specifically, right there in the meeting. And, I became friends with her, and it really helped me, it gave me that challenge to see that we were different. And so think about that though. If you were lined up next to each other, why would you be different? And so it doesn't make one necessarily better than another, especially in the coaching industry. Maybe there's some other industries that think more competitively, but certainly, I work with a lot of professionals that are trying to help and serve. And so we have the mindset of, being unique. And so think about what makes you different. And so with that, what are your values? What do you value that makes you different? How do you teach something? How is it that you come across? I have the teaching experience specifically that helps me to break things down and helps me to identify with my clients, and to really, if somebody's struggling with something, to be able to bring across another way of saying something. And, sometimes, people comment on my voice, or, being able to hear, understand, or being able to inspire them. And so those are some of the things I hear constantly, and that make me unique. I have been coaching for over 10 years. I have coached in life coaching, career coaching, and business coaching. And so I have a variety of experience to draw from. And so that's helpful. I mentioned my teaching background. I worked specifically at a community college and worked with a variety of ages. So there's lots of different things that help me to be unique from another coach. And so think about what it is that you have to offer. Same thing if you have a product, what makes that different. I mentioned earlier, is it faster, better, easier, smaller, whatever it is. So think about the characteristics, and just an overall tip, like when you're trying to do this and determine what makes you unique or your product unique, that definitely write this stuff down too. Don't try to do it all in your head. Write it down. Like I said, ask other people who've used your product and service, and let that help you to be your guide as well. And you can even do surveys, maybe narrow it down to certain things if you're trying to find like 3 different characteristics that really help you stand out. And then that can help you to narrow it down too. Definitely get feedback. I find it's one of the hardest things. I can see things in other people and other businesses, and really quickly see what stands out and makes people unique. In general, I'm great at finding people's unique gifts and then applying that into their, business and service. And so something that is harder though is to see that in me. So I'm always asking for, feedback, and how do other people perceive, what I'm doing, my marketing, my messaging, trainings. So make sure you get that feedback as well. That's really important. So that's what you can do to help determine your unique selling proposition, or USP. And there's definitely more you can do, but that'll get you started. Thanks for watching.